put me right back in the same fight with people. I just went on a limb, and I was like, all right, if it put me into a fight, and I don't want to fight this person, because at this point I was loaded on for a long time, right? Next thing you know, I already lost to the Campbell dude. I already lost to the Riddick dude, the Riddick Bow dude. Now it gave me an Ali 64 fight with a nigga that was like 1,300 and some wins, and it was like maybe 500 or 400 or some losses. So I'm like, fuck no. So I said, fuck this shit. At this point, I'm like, I don't even feel like just going through a fight. I wanted to not quit so bad to just fight him and see what he was about. But then something in my head just like, man, you been losing. This shit ain't in your favor. So I just quit. I just application closed. Shut the whole game down. I shut the whole game down. Turned the game back on. It tried to resume the fight, but then it went right back to the main screen. I'm talking about I ain't received no loss or shit. So I said, this what these bitch ass niggas been doing. They been doing this shit, and this why they not receiving no loss. So then I peeped that shit. I was like, all right, well, cool. So now I know that if I don't want to fight a motherfucker, now I can do that. Mind you, a nigga inboxing me and texting me telling me my record ain't real. And I'm like, nah, you little sneak slick bitch ass niggas. Now that I done peep game on how you niggas manipulating rank, now you want to say my record ain't real. All this time I've been playing rank, streaming rank, and niggas been watching me. I ain't been ducking no smoke. I ain't been application quitting before no fight. I ain't even know this shit can happen like that. I've been so scared to application close before a fight, thinking this shit gonna be just a loss for nothing, that I'm willing to fight the fight. Like, nah, I ain't finna take no loss. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna take no free ass L. I might well go on here, get in there, and you know what I'm saying, make a nigga beat me. So now I had peeped that this shit actually worked. I was already feeling like this shit worked because as you was saying when I was playing, certain niggas see me and they'll back out and leave. And I'm like, why they backing out? Ain't this shit gonna get them a loss? So when I noticed one or two dudes kept doing this shit over and over, I said, they must not be getting no loss. This just my inner thoughts thinking, like, it's out peeping how certain niggas will see me when it load us up, and they'll just quit right there at the screen. I'm knowing they quit. I'm knowing the game ain't lagged out if it ain't lagged out on 5 or 6 other fights. I'm knowing it's just this person doing this shit. So I peeped this shit. I said, all right, I'm gonna try this shit. If I take the loss, then fuck it, I just take a loss. Cause at this point, I'm like, I'm playing these games and I'm going through the games the right way, but they not ending unless I lose. If I'm winning, they quitting on me, or the game just seemingly crashed. So I'm like, fuck it, I might as well just try this shit and see if this shit works. It worked. So now I come back, load my game up. That fight didn't happen. So now I'll get loaded up into another fight. Some in my head would tell me I was going to run into Counter Punch 579, because I was looking at his record. Like, at this point, he was like 103, 18, and probably like one draw or some shit. I'm like, damn, dude got an outstanding ass record. But I'm thinking in my head, you know, I spoke on that. I said, when you run into a nigga with that type of record, I automatically think the nigga cheating. You know what I'm saying? This is how I'm assuming this shit. I think a motherfucker cheating. I don't know how at this point, I know how you can stop from fighting a person if you don't want to fight them. I don't know how they can quit in the match. At this point, I don't know that. I just know I know somebody know how to quit in the match. Because they be taking niggas that be having like big records and they got experience. And I know they know how to quit inside the match now without taking a loss. So I don't really want to learn that shit, but I'm like, I see how they be manipulating this game though. So boom, I did the shit. Like the first game I seen Counter Punch, I closed game down. I said, fuck this shit. Nigga already in my inbox talking about all this stupid ass shit. I ain't talking about just particular person. There's a few niggas be in my inbox. So I wasn't streaming to them. It just niggas just hit my inbox. So boom, I quit on Counter Punch. I said, I don't feel like doing this shit there because I already received so many L's and they wouldn't give me my wins when I was like fighting. So at this point, I'm like, man, you know how you getting, if a nigga taking something from you, you gonna take something from them. So at this point, I'm like, I came in the right way playing this shit. Now all of a sudden, did I see that this game giving me my losses, but when my wins happening, I ain't getting it. So at this point, I'm like, I'm trying to even the score. So I'm like, fuck this shit. Fuck what a nigga talking about. Fuck what screaming talking about. Fuck a nigga talking about they expose me. I said, because it ain't fair to me that I'm willing to play the game the right way and I'll take my win or my loss or my draw. But then niggas can sit up there and not play the game out when they losing. Soon they feel like they losing 3 rounds, they quit. So I said, you know what? I got to get even. I'm going to get dirty. All right, fuck it. So when I seen Counter Punch, I said, what's the point of me trying to play against a nigga that's 100 and some wins, 19 losses? I already like these niggas unbeatable. So I'm kind of like, why risk my record? Again, I already lost about 4 or 5 games. And the 4 or 5 games that I was playing, that I was hoping that the game didn't crash on me. I was hoping they didn't quit because I was like, man, I just got to get their ass to the 8th round and win this shit. That shit went the other way. So I said, all right, I'm playing this shit twice as hard to get one win. I got one win yesterday that went through. And it was a Terrence Crawford fight. The dude didn't quit. And I was just glad he didn't quit. That's the only win I got yesterday. So I was like, okay. But I had left with 6 losses. But I played down there 12 games, bro. And only out of 12 games, I had 6 losses and 1 fucking win. Out of 12 fucking games. So I was like, man, this shit crazy. Fucked up my little football Sunday. Then I kind of beat myself up. Cause I had already streamed that morning saying I ain't even finna touch the game no more. I'm sitting on 20. I was like, I'll get back to this shit Monday through Friday. Just me having too much time on my hand, I just got back up, play the game. So I'm gonna go to counterpunch. Me and counterpunch. Okay, so I closed it out twice on counterpunch. Then I started looking at it. I said they want me to play this nigga so fucking bad that I can't. I either gotta stop playing the game completely to not play him, or I gotta go ahead keep quitting or whatever, or stalling or whatever. So 2 games I closed it on him. The third time he popped back up, I said, you know what? This ain't the type of nigga I am at all, trying to duck no nigga. I know these niggas cheating. I know these niggas goofy. I know they don't want to see me in Undisputed. Cool, I can understand this shit. So I said, fuck it. I went on and accepted the fight. Me and that nigga get in the ring, we started fighting. He ain't nothing no different than nobody else, bro. I'm fighting this nigga. He just the opposite of the hook I'm throwing. He throwing the other hook. So he'll do a side step to the side, woo to woo. So he had Sebastian, I had Sebastian. We both had welterweight. We both had that big motherfucker. So he ended up getting me though. I know. Okay, so he ended up getting me that game. So I was like, fuck it. At this point, I was like, I'm finna go and get off this shit, because this shit just ain't going good for me. So after the game, he ended up texting me, and I was just like, you know, I was kind of already fired. I'm like, damn, what the fuck, yo, bitch? I just expected him to just text me. I think I had closed the game out on him after he knocked me down. I just realized, like, this shit over with. So he ended up texting me. And then he was just like, now I don't know if I let the game go through or not, bro. I don't remember this shit like it was yesterday. But I don't know. Anyway, he didn't text me like I did nothing salty. He just texted me like, I appreciate you not he was like, I just appreciate you even fighting the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know. Like, he just like, I just appreciate you fighting the fight. And I was just like, yeah, bro, it's alright, it's cool. With the good game, this, that, and other. Just let him know, like, he did fight good. I ain't knocking him or nothing. I just told him his record cool and this, that, and other. He was just like, man, he was like, he trying to get it undisputed. But in my head, I said, the game's so fucking fake and fucked up, nigga. You got 100 and some wins, 19 losses, and you 2. The way I was climbing through this shit, I was sitting on 20 for a long time, winning on 20. I won like 1 or 2 games. This shit still had me just sitting on 20. So, long story short, in my head, I'm like, I don't see how he ain't undisputed. But that's neither here nor there. But I just told him, like, man, you got a cool little record. Man, you know, good luck to you on trying to get in undisputed. So he just hit me with the same thing, like, thanks, champ. You know, you gonna get in undisputed too. And I'm like, bro, because at this point I done moved back to 45, bro. I done moved back to number 45. I moved back to number 45 from 20 to 45. So I was like, nah, bro, I might be through with this shit. Cause at the same time, I'm like, nah, this shit here, you know, it like, fuck this. I ain't telling him all this, but when he just told me, like, you know, good luck, you gonna make it undisputed too, and this, that, and other. In my head, I'm just like, man, I don't know, man. I'm trying my best to say fuck that game. So, now a fight that did go through, I lost. The Terrence Crawford fight went through, and he stayed through to the end. Okay, so it was one more fight I know I had lost. It was a Sebastian. It was the same dude, that welterweight nigga. At this point, I think he probably like my 3rd or 4th fight. And shit, man, we both had him. We had Fundora. I was beating this nigga ass the whole fight, but he went like with Fundora. You don't really get a breathe. You don't get a breather because he's so fucking long. So when you fighting against another Fundora, they close in so fucking quick. So the whole time I'm beating dude, this came down to a stamina game. So I was beating dude like all the early rounds. Then I went flat before he went flat. I went flat like in a 6-7 round. So, but I was thinking he would go flat right behind me, but I wasn't really thinking it strong. I just trying to keep my Fundora from going, cause I built a separation with the scorecard for me and him. but it went up by much. I probably was up by like 3 points when they showed the scorecard. When they showed up the scorecard, I'm trying to say this shit correct. So I'm trying to say this shit correct. So the Fundora, I was up when they showed us the scorecard. I think I was up 3 points. But my dude is flat going into the 7th round. They showing us the scorecard. He flat in the 7th round. The Fundora dude, I think he either knocked me down in a 7th round when I kind of was wheel going kind of back and forth, but it was so fucking hard to keep moving that way because I'm flat and he not. So he kept on trying to be faster and he kept on jumping left, right, all around me. So I believe he knocked me down in the 7th round. If I was up by like 3, he knocked me down in the 7th round, right? So at this point, he knocked me down. I know I did not come back down in the 7th round. So now I'm up by 1 point going into the 8th round. I kind of hit him with some shots after he knocked me down. I just do it with no point of me like really fighting him in the 7th round no more after this. So I kind of just tried to stay evasive and not get knocked down again. Cause down by 3 points, he didn't knock me down. I'm up by 1. So I'm just trying to make it out the 7th round to make it to the 8th. Cause I'm like I'm up by 1. So all I gotta do is just basically stay up and not get knocked down, and plus like either stay up or win that round. Either win it by trying not to knock him down, you know what I'm saying, or just finish out and let it be a draw. I didn't want to draw either though, but okay, so at the end of the 7th round, I hit him a few times. In my head, I said, well, I hit his ass a couple hard times. Maybe he'll a little soft. 'Cause I think he kind of went flat right at the end of the 7th. But when he came back in the 8th, he wasn't flat. I walked straight over there when the 8th round cranked up. I threw it straight to his like to his right. It's his left side. I did a right, a straight. You know what I'm saying? Coming out the right. Uh, it hit him, and it didn't do. It hit him, but then this motherfucker threw just a punch right back, and when it hit me, I went instantly down. I said, "Ain't this about a bitch?" So I went straight down. That's already a knockdown. So started out, it was like 10 seconds in the 8th round. I threw a punch. He threw a punch right back. My dude falls. So I said, man, this shit fucked up. So from that point on, in the 8th round, dude didn't do shit but just stay away from me. And he kind of fought and shit. I was trying my best to knock this nigga down. I couldn't knock him down, so I ended up losing that fight just like that. So that was just like a recap of yesterday, bro. So today, I had got off. I was at work and shit last night, and I just really like, man, you know, the way I play yesterday ain't really the way I play. But I really was playing like bad due to the fact that I was more agitated and just kind of pissed at just myself and just like really undisputed, because even when I took that first loss against the Riddick dude, I could have quit there because it didn't move me none but to like 23 or some shit like that. But me, I'm such a type of person where I just don't know when to quit and when to stop, that I'm like, fuck it, man. I just kept on playing, and I put myself way, way, way far back. And I was just like, well, when I got through playing, I was like, you know what? I took all them losses and that shit didn't give me none of the wins I was supposed to have. And I just looked at it like for what it was. I said, shit, my intentions were never even to become undisputed until I started getting close to the top 100 and I got to 80. Because I really didn't think I was going to even kind of get there, but I kind of knew it was possible. So after that bad day of that shit, I kind of just like, I ain't even beat myself up all night. I had stayed up, man. I had played the game. I had to go to work last night and shit. I had played that motherfucker down there to like 9:30. I had to go to work at like 12. And then I just finally got off that shit because them last few games, I was like, all I'm trying to do is get like one win. So it was just getting close for me to go to work. And I was like, man, fuck that game. So at work, I was just like, man, you don't want to keep playing this shit. I'm going to not play this shit. But then I just thinking over and over, and I was like, really, I got beat because I was trying to get to undisputed because I want to just get there and take a picture. I just want to get my name on undisputed by a number and just screenshot it. And I was like, by me just wanting to do that little simple ass shit, I didn't really take the right initiative, and I didn't take the patience to just say, well, look, I would have woke up, I would have came and got off work Monday and resumed this shit Monday. I probably would have already been up in here somewhere. But by me trying to just see, like knowing I'm good at this shit, I'm kind of like, well, I'm gonna try to get there. And I think I just got tangled up into some bullshit yesterday, like a bunch of bullshit, and it paid off for whoever I was playing against. But at the same time, so long story short, man.